Good morning, everyone. I'm Mary, your exercise instructor for today's class of stretching and breathing. So let's start off by remembering a few things for safety. Make sure you have space around your sturdy chair to move with no obstacles in your way. And make sure that you're wearing some loose, comfortable clothing, some running shoes, and you have a water bottle nearby. Also, let's remember, if you're exercising by yourself this morning, give your friend or family member a call and ask them to check in on you in about an hour. That way, you can make sure you're nice and safe. And if you ever feel you need a break during this exercise, just go ahead and take one. No pressure here. If you have any pain with one of the movements, don't continue it. Take a breather. And of course, if you have any unusual feelings like chest pain, trouble breathing, irregular heartbeats, feeling dizzy, lightheaded, sick, anything bad, make sure you stop exercising altogether, okay? So let's get started by checking our posture. We want to find our sit bones sitting equally on both sides of the body, and we want to have our feet flat on the ground. Let's sit nice and tall with our back. Try to come away from your backrest so that you're not leaning up against that backrest. Let's bring our shoulders back and relax them down. Sit nice and tall with your head looking forward, tuck the chin in slightly. Now let's begin with some breathing techniques. Remember our pursed lip breathing. That is where we breathe in through the nose and we breathe out through the mouth. We want our breaths in to not be quite as long as when we breathe out. We want the breathing out through the pursed lips to be slower and longer on the exhale. So let's take 5 of those deep breaths. Remember, it's like breathing in through the nose, smelling flowers, which there's plenty to smell out there these days, 1st of June today. And also, let's breathe out as if you are blowing out birthday candles with pursed lip, making a little circle with your lips. So let's take 5 deep breaths. It's a good way to relax. Great way to start the day. One more time. Excellent. Now let's practice our belly breaths. So remember these ones, we push that belly outwards as we breathe in, like we're filling up a balloon with air. And we suck the belly back inwards as we breathe out, like we're compressing that balloon. All the air comes out of it. Let's take 5 deep breaths. Feel your belly's movement as you breathe. Two more. Very good. Now let's do some rib cage breathing where we expand the rib cage as we breathe in and contract the rib cage as we breathe out. Feel free to close your eyes if it helps you concentrate more on your breathing. Very good. Now, final way we'll practice breathing this morning is where we Inhale and then hold the breath from 3 to 5 to even 8 seconds if you're comfortable. Let's start out by holding it for 3 seconds. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's keep getting a little bit more each time, holding that breath. Let's do 2 more breaths. If it feels comfortable, try holding for 6 and 7 seconds this time. If not, just stick with the 3 to 5. One more time. Very good, everyone. Now let's get started with our warm-up of all our body muscles and joints before we stretch them. Starting with our neck. Turn the head from right to left. 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember to keep breathing. 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's look down and slightly up 10 times. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10. Good. Now let's lean our head to the right shoulder and gently to the left. 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10. Good. Now let's take our chin and let's push it forward and bring it back in 10 times. 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10. Good. Now let's lift those shoulders up and down, breathing in and out. 3, 4, 5, breathe in and out. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Now let's press the shoulder blades back 10 times. 2, 3, relax, and press back. 4, 5, 6, breathe in and out. 8, 9, and 10. Let's roll our shoulders forwards 10 times. 1, 2, keep breathing. 3, 4, 5, 6, breathe in and out. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now let's go backwards 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your time, really feeling that in the shoulders. 8, 9, and 10. Very good, everyone. Now let's do some reaching with our arms up 5 times. 1, breathe in and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Let's take our right arm and reach to the right 5 times. 1, 2, 3. Breathing in and out. 1 more. Good. Now to the left. 5 reaches. Try to let your opposite hip come up slightly from your chair. 3. Hold. And 5. Now let's reach forward. Try to bend from the hips, both arms in front, and reach. 1. Sit up tall and reach forward again. 2. Breathing in and out. 3. 4. 1 more. 5. Nicely done. Now let's have our arms dangled down by our sides and reach towards the ground 1 arm at a time. 1. Reach. 2. Reach. Remember, you're only bending from the side. 3. You don't want to bend forward. 4. Keep breathing. And 1 more, each side. 5. Lovely. Now we're going to bend backwards at the hips. So for this one, let's place our arms across our chest. Remember, you're at the front of your chair. And just a little lean back. Doesn't have to touch the backrest. Just a little back and sitting up tall again. Try placing your feet further out. 3. Breathing in and out. 4. 5. Excellent. Now let's try reaching behind us, 1 arm at a time. Right arm, reach behind you. And 4 more times. Right arm, turn and reach. 3. Breathing in and out. 4. 5. Excellent. Left arm. Now let's turn that upper body and reach behind us. 2. 3. 4. And 1 more. 5. Lovely. Now let's arch our back by pressing the shoulders back and the hips back. The body weight is coming to the front of the pelvis, and we're bringing our chin up slightly as we breathe in. Then let's round our back, chin down, and gently pressing that spine outwards, making a C shape. Breathing out. Pulling your belly button inwards. Let's do that again. 4 more times. Breathing in and out. Slowly arching and rounding your back. 2 more. Excellent. Now, time to do some with our legs. Let's start by lifting those knees up, 1 at a time. Right, left, right, left. Remember, keep that good posture. Sit on your sit bones nice and tall. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth as we continue our warming up. Now legs to the side, right knee out and in, left knee out and in. Opening from the hip. Keep that foot in line with your knee, right underneath it when you bring your leg out. And back in. Excellent. Let's slide our hips to the back of the chair, all the way back. And let's straighten one leg and bend the knee. Opposite leg straightens and bends. Pointing your toe up when you straighten your leg. Keep breathing. Excellent. One more time, each leg. All right. let's slide ourselves a little bit more forward. Oh, actually, sorry, false alarm. Let's slide ourselves to the back of the chair and let's lift up both legs. Point your toes towards you and away. Towards you and away. Breathe. Let's make our ankle circles now, around with the feet. And the other direction as well, 5 times. Relax those legs. Now let's come to the front of the chair again. And we'll lift up our heels 10 times. Breathe. Three more. Good. Now slide your feet forward some more. And let's lift the toes up 10 times. Excellent. Now, we're all done warming up our body parts. Let's get started with some stretches. So, starting from the top of our body, let's start with the neck stretches. First, I would like you to press your chin inwards, looking forward. You're going to see, you feel a stretch in the back of your neck. Let's take 3 deep breaths for each stretch. Lovely. Now, let's bring the chin down to the chest and stretch the lower back of your neck a little more. Press your shoulder blades back and breathe. Excellent. Let's turn our head to the right and gently press your head in that direction. Breathe 3 deep pursed lip breaths. Now let's turn our head to the left. Gently press it in that direction with your finger. And 3 deep breaths. Lovely. Let's lean the head towards the right shoulder now. Breathe and relax your shoulders. Feeling a stretch on the side of your neck. Now let's lean the head to the opposite side, gently bringing your ear towards your shoulder. Try not to turn the head, just bend it to the side. Very good. Now, let's do a little bit of stretching for our shoulders. Take your right arm and touch your left shoulder. Go underneath your elbow and grab the upper part of your right arm. Bring it down towards your chest and over to the left. Hugging it close, breathe. Feel that stretch behind your shoulder. Let's switch sides. Left hand, right shoulder. Underneath that elbow, grab your arm, bring it close to you, and bring it to the right as you breathe. Deeply and slowly. Very nice. Now let's bring our arms all the way behind us, grabbing onto the inner portion of your backrest as far down you can. We're going to press those shoulders back, arching the back gently, chin up, and breathe. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Good. Now let's make our fingers interlock, rounding your arms into a circle. And let's bring our back rounded so that we feel our shoulder blades coming apart. You can look down and breathe. Good. All right, now let's stretch the tricep muscle back of your arm, right hand on the right shoulder. Lift that elbow up to wherever you feel a stretch here. And pull it inward, breathing. See how your body feels as you slowly stretch each muscle, concentrating on breathing. Now your left hand on the left shoulder as you lift the left elbow. Breathe. Very good. Let's bring the fingers together, inside out, reaching up as we breathe in. And stretching as high as you can, stretching down the sides. Release. Very good. Stretch our forearms, straightening out one arm. Bring those fingers back towards you. Breathing. Let's flip the hand downward and pull gently towards you on the upper portion of your hand. Stretching the top of the forearm. And opposite arm, same stretches. For the bottom of the forearm, breathe. And flipping that hand down towards the ground with the fingers pointing, pulling gently towards you on the back part of your hand. Let's stretch our hands by making fists and opening them wide. Breathe. Let's stretch the sides of our body, wide legs. Bring your right arm up and over your head. And whether it's just a slight bend, feeling the stretch along your side, or a little more, you just go as far as you're comfortable. You can rest your forearm and your elbow on your leg to give you some support as you breathe. I like to look at the ceiling with this stretch. Ah, very good. Let's bring our opposite arm up and over. Keep breathing. Lovely. Now let's give our upper body a turn for a nice stretch. So let's place one hand on the outside of your right leg and one hand on your right armrest. Let's sit nice and tall, breathing in first, and turning the upper body as we breathe out. Keep breathing those deep breaths as you look behind your right shoulder. And to the opposite side. Right hand outside the left leg, and left hand on the left shoulder, armrest. Let's sit nice and tall, and turn to look past your left shoulder now. Breathe. Very good. Now, let's bring our legs apart and place one hand on your right knee, one hand on your left knee. And we're going to have our thumbs pointing towards us. So the pinky fingers are the farthest away from our body. And let's bring that right shoulder towards your left knee. And feel a stretch in your back. Breathe. Push into that knee with your right hand. Let's do the opposite side. Pressing into that left leg with your left hand. Good. And let's have wide legs, and let's just simply bring our upper body towards the ground, feeling a stretch in the back. Feel free to keep your head up if you feel too dizzy, or support yourself through your fingertips on the ground. Breathing. Good. Let's bring the legs together now, and let's bring our arms down towards the right side on the ground. Let's breathe in, and slowly curl your upper body down as you breathe out. Feel free to keep that head up as your arms are on the right side of your legs. Breathe. A nice stretch for your back. Come up slowly, breathing, and coming down slowly as you breathe out to the left side of your legs. Very good. Now let's lift up our right knee and let's hug it nice and close to our body. Sitting as tall as you can, giving that low back more of a stretch. Let's switch legs. Keep deep breathing as you stretch. Let's stretch the inner thighs, wide legs, fingers together, breathing in. Let's turn them inside out. Reaching those arms forward, feeling that stretch in between the inner thighs. Good work. Now, let's stretch the back side of our legs by straightening one leg out, heel touching the ground, toe pointing up, and place the hands on the opposite thigh. Let's breathe in, sitting nice and tall with our upper back. And breathing out, leaning forward gently. Breathe into the stretch. Feeling that down the back of your leg. And the opposite leg, let's switch, straightening that leg and sitting nice and tall. Make sure the heel is on the ground and your toe is pointing up. Slide yourself to the front of your chair so it's easier to keep that leg straight. Breathe in and out as you bend forward. Let's keep breathing through this stretch. Good. Let's stretch our hips some now by bringing your right foot ankle onto the left knee. If that gives you too much of a stretch in your hip and it's uncomfortable, just place your foot over top of the others, crossing at the ankle, and you'll still get the same kind of stretch in your hip. So just listen to your body on this one. Let's sit nice and tall as we breathe in. And breathing out, you may feel like you can bend forward slightly from the hips if it feels right for you. If not, just sitting in this position will give you a nice hip stretch. If you do lean forward slightly, make sure you keep that head up. And you can always place some gentle pressure on your leg, downward. Let's lift the knee towards your body now, feeling a stretch down in the glutes as you breathe. Let's switch legs. Left foot on the right knee or crossing at the ankles. Sitting tall, let's breathe into this position. Relax those tense muscles in your legs and hips by concentrating on your breath. And bending slightly from the hips forward if it feels comfortable for you. Until you feel that muscle just calming down, loosening up. Let's lift that knee towards you now. Breathe as you feel that stretch down in the glutes. Lovely. Loosen those legs up, shake them out a bit. Now, let's stretch the front of our thighs. Now for this exercise, make sure you have armrests on your chairs, and we're going to take our right foot and step forward with it. Okay? We're going to slide our left leg back and underneath the chair so that the knee almost touches the ground. Okay? So you want to feel the stretch in the front of your thigh, so really slide that leg back as far as you can, keeping your opposite leg out in front to ground you. And you can gently feel that stretch right here. Breathe. Pushing down through the front legs, foot, keep you nice and sturdy. Or you can hold on to the seat if that's comfortable for you. And let's switch. Slide the opposite leg behind you Bring that knee close to the ground, having your opposite leg in front far enough to ground you with that front foot. Breathe. And from the side, I'll show you what that stretch looks like sitting down. So from the side, we're placing one foot far enough in front to ground us, bringing the opposite leg back far enough until we feel the stretch right here. Breathe. If you don't feel it, try bringing that back leg a little further back. You want that back thigh to be at an angle and not straight down towards the ground. So you feel that right here. Let's switch sides, just so you can see what it looks like from the side. Stretching the front of your thigh. Breathe. Very nice. All right, let's just stand up for a couple standing stretches. However, we were able to do them all in our chair, so these are just some additional ones if you feel comfortable standing right now. If not, just relax. You did a great stretching job today. If you feel like you can, let's stand up and let's go to the back of our chair. I'll show you some different stretches that you can do standing up that we've already done sitting down. So let's have some wide legs, stretch the inner thighs in standing. Hold on to your chair for support and get those muscles warmed up a little bit again. First, by bouncing side to side, bending one knee, straightening the other. And let's hold that stretch now. Breathe in first and breathe out. Keep breathing while you hold that stretch. Press those hips back so the body weight is in your leg heel of the side that's bent. Let's stand up, breathe in. Breathe out, bend the other side. Good. All right, now let's stretch the calf muscles. So let's do this one, warming up a bit again by pushing up onto the toes. Breathe. Now let's stretch it by stepping back. One big step back with one leg and bending the front knee. Keep your back leg straight and the heel on the ground. Breathing. Step forward and opposite leg, same thing. Now, let's stretch the back of our thighs. Let's warm them up a bit by bending one knee at a time. One more time, each leg. And now we'll stretch them by coming backwards from your chair, holding onto the chair until you have that right angle from your hips. You can relax your head if it feels comfortable between your shoulders, and you should feel a stretch in the back of your thighs while you breathe. If you need to keep your head up so you're not feeling lightheaded, go right ahead. Let's step forward slowly towards the chair. Now let's stretch the front of the thighs. Make a few small squats to warm those muscles up. Breathing in and out. Remember, push those hips back. And just a little does fine for us. Let's do 2 more. Now, to stretch this muscle in standing, you're going to want to bring your ankle towards, your heel towards your bottom. Holding onto the chair for support, breathing. Remember, we did stretch this muscle in sitting as well, so if this is not comfortable for you, no problem. Opposite leg, same thing, breathing as we stretch. Very good, everyone. So we did some lower body stretches and standing now. That completes the end of our class today for stretch and breathe. Let's finish off with some nice deep breaths with wide legs. If you're sitting in your chair, let's bring those arms up just like we do when we're standing. As we breathe in through the nose, and bring them down as we breathe out through the mouth. 2 more. Thanks so much for following along with me, everyone. Hope you enjoy this lovely June day, and hope you join us again soon for another class of Stretch and Breathe.